Welcome to the JT Equipment Safety Orientation. Our fundamental safety objective is keeping all our workers safe and prevent any accidents, attention to hazards, and avoiding injuries. Following is a message from Josh Arnold, one of the founding members of JT Equipment.
What does the vision at JT Equipment mean to us? The vision to me is the desire to see you excel in our environment. Because if our people are succeeding, then our customers are naturally going to succeed. On the industry, I want people to see that we're doing something actually different and changing the perspective on the industry, embracing our skilled trades and making sure they understand how valued they are and that they have big impact on the company. I want us to have a long-lasting effect on people where they, just feel good dealing with us. They feel like it's the right decision and our people trust us and they know that we have their best interest in mind and they'll look after the company the same and we'll just be a big happy family. I'm passionate about this industry, and I think most of the people, we've done a good job at building a team that is passionate about the industry. You got to think equipment is cool. You got to think it's fun. It's challenging. It's a challenging environment, but you got to see that challenge as a good thing. There's always a lesson to be learned, and it's not about finding blame. It's about coming up with a solution and learning from our mistakes, rallying around guys. There can definitely be a lot of challenges in this industry. It's very competitive. Some days it's hard to work for our fab guys and for the techs. It can be a challenging work environment sometimes. The guys in the field, they're put into some situations where, it's not always the best work environment, but somebody's got to do it. Why not us? Why is more important than what. If you want people to do anything with any real purpose, then they got to understand why they're doing it, not just what they're doing. You can be the best at what you're doing, but if you don't have some connection to why you're doing it, then what's the point? So the guys should understand that it's important that a machine is running at 10 o'clock at night and, or that we got to get something out on a Saturday evening. Someone's got to come in and do something maybe they didn't want to do. You shouldn't feel like you're getting the wool pulled over your eyes. It should be laid out and easy. Alberta and Canada in general, we have a short work season. It can be challenging and everything is condensed. So the pace is naturally high-paced. That doesn't necessarily mean a negative thing. I think high-paced has a negative connotation where, relentless. We know why we've got to do something. We know it needs to get done in a certain amount of time, and execution is critical. We got to plan and make it happen efficiently. You can't cut corners and you got to work your ass off to make it happen. That's part of it. People respect people that work hard, and we want people that work hard. Part of the key to success to me is hard work. It's empathy, I guess, at its core. There's so much variation in this business. It's a pretty bold thing to be 100% confident in anything. I think everybody has the desire to do a good job. It's so easy to write someone off or someone's opinion off, but really understanding and trying to get to the bottom of something and just having really good effective communication, listening on both sides, right? It doesn't need to be an adversarial environment, even though it can be a relentless one. You got to be empathetic towards other people's positions because you can have some bad days. Some very challenging challenges in this business for sure. Having a culture where blame is really irrelevant. I think it's important to our team. Like, blame doesn't accomplish anything. We're all in it together, and owning that is number one. It really is full circle back to love what you do. If you love what you do, you're going to do it well. Having pride in your work is everything. If you don't like what you do and you're just going through the motions, it's evident in the product that you put out. Customers should walk in and just know that we are a place that cares about what we do. It should be self-evident in the quality of everything that we do. Someone is just starting. What do I want you to know about the culture? That we are invested in your success. If you're invested in us, we are invested in you. 110%. Whatever you put in, you will get out. When you can have fun and get stuff done at the same rate, that is perfection.
Now that you know something about our vision, here is a video that will give you some perspective of the hazards you will be exposed to while in our employ.
Safety is the most important thing in any heavy-duty shop. It starts with safety glasses, hearing protection, proper footwear, all your PPEs. Thing to be mindful of always when you're in a shop is different hazards that are just hanging around. You've got hanging hose reels and cords. There's fall hazards like a creeper that's not properly secured against a vehicle. There's air lines and hoses that are tripping hazards. Over here on this vehicle, you can see wheel chocks to secure the vehicle from rolling around. Another example of potential tripping hazards are just ladders and steps. Here in our shop, we kind of have a central area to put safety equipment so everyone kind of knows where it's at. We have heavy-duty wheel lifts for these vehicles. Another important thing is to always know the weight of the vehicle and what your lift's capable of doing so that you're not overloading anything or putting yourself in danger when you're underneath it. Presses, crushing hazards, those are another real safety issue to be mindful of. Grinders, ensure you got proper safety precautions in place for those. Knowing where your emergency equipment is, and also dealing with very high voltages, lots of electrical outlets. Basically, to kind of recap, like I said at the beginning, safety is the most important thing. Go home to your loved ones every night and be very aware of your surroundings at all times.
In section 1.1.2 of the safety manual, you will find our policy statement signed by senior management. It emphasizes a commitment to physical, psychological, and social well-being, ensuring that everyone understands that as a condition of employment, we are all responsible for everybody's safety. By maintaining a current safety management system that establishes clear roles and responsibilities, we strive for a safe and secure workplace vision. In this section 1.2, we will provide a concise overview of responsibilities to clarify roles and expectations across all staff levels, ensuring effective safety management at JT Equipment. Managers lead all staff in the development and maintenance of an effective safety management system, conduct regular reviews, and ensure safety training and communication. They provide necessary tools, PPE, and enforce safety rules while overseeing inspections and incident reporting. Additionally, they lead safety meetings, ensure first aid resources, and support with qualified health and safety advisors. In section 1.2.2, we find that supervisors enforce safety policies, promote employee awareness through ongoing communication, oversee orientations and comprehensive training programs, maintain housekeeping standards, and ensure accurate and thorough safety documentation. In section 1.2.3, we find that workers are responsible to understand and comply with policies and legislation, prioritize safety, inspect and use PPE properly, and report faulty equipment, refuse untrained or dangerous tasks, and promptly report incidents while attending all safety meetings. In section 1.2.4, we will see that subcontractors are to read and adhere to company policies and legislation, complete required paperwork, ensure employees are properly trained, verify tools and equipment are safe for operation, and immediately report any near misses or incidents to JT Equipment personnel. In section 1.2.6 is found the responsibilities of visitors who are to follow reporting and checkout procedures, receive site orientations, and must be escorted while on site, wear PPE, and made aware of any hazards and emergency procedures. In section 1.2.8 is the essential information confirming that all workers have fundamental rights under Alberta OH&S. They include the right to know about hazards that they will be exposed to, the right to participate in the hazard recognition and control, and they not only have the right to refuse unsafe work, but are obligated by law to do so without discrimination, thus fostering a culture of safety and accountability. As we now move on to section 1.3, which states that JT Equipment requires all employees to comply with government legislation and industry standards, with procedures aligned to the Alberta OH&S Act, Regulation and Code, which are available in the OH&S Handy Guide at shop stations and digitally provided as well. Now we will discuss an important segment of the safety manual, which is violence and harassment in the workplace, found in section 1.5. In section 5 provides a definition of violence that is in accordance with Alberta OH&S and is defined as a physical contact such as hitting, pushing, or causing bodily harm. It is imperative to understand that there is a zero tolerance to such activity. Regarding harassment, a definition is unwanted behavior in the form of comments and/or actions that harm teamwork and influence conflict and fear. While zero tolerance is the foundation of the policy, Section 5 describes JT Equipment's process for addressing and controlling opportunities for violence and harassment. Employees must report incidents immediately to supervisors, HR, or safety personnel. This is done with strict confidentiality, thus promoting trust and triggering a prompt action. Management and supervisors are responsible for stopping unacceptable behavior, investigating complaints, communicating policies, and providing training resources to ensure staff understand their rights and responsibilities, fostering a safe environment. All collaborative approach is encouraged, which involves engaging all stakeholders and developing the strategies to promote open communication and implement effective preventative measures. Next, we will review the section 1.8, substance abuse. JT Equipment prohibits drugs and alcohol on site, requiring employees to remain unimpaired, report unsafe medication effects, and undergo testing after incidents or suspicious activities to ensure a safe, drug-free workplace. It is recognized that worker safety is threatened by any hazard in the workplace. It is therefore important to recognize that hazards are anything that can cause harm or injury. It is the responsibility of all personnel, including management, workers, and subcontractors, to be engaged in the process to assess the related risks to those hazards and then prioritize the development of practicable controls to implement. The formal hazard assessment process involves two steps. Firstly, identifying all of the tasks performed for a job position and breaking the task into steps to identify the hazards, and then evaluate the frequency, likelihood, and severity to calculate the overall risk level. If the risk level exceeds a predetermined threshold, additional controls are implemented in a second assessment to reduce the residual risk to an acceptable level before work begins. This process is followed up with regular reviews annually or as needed due to changes to ensure ongoing safety and continual improvement. Your prospective supervisors will provide you with more specific training in the use of the formal hazard assessment process in your department. It is important to understand the basic JT Equipment risk rationale. Risks are assessed with a level of frequency of the tasks that are performed, with the likelihood something negative could occur, and the severity should an incident occur. This then determines a risk level that then establishes the priority class for responses and the necessary controls to manage the hazards effectively. In Section 3, Safe Work Practices are administrative controls that mitigate risks, with management responsible for ensuring collaboration with all staff in their availability and enforcement, and workers are tasked with understanding and reporting issues. These practices are reviewed annually for continuous improvement as outlined in Section 3.4. JT Equipment commits to a respectful workplace through the implementation of a clear conduct standard, enforcing safety rules through a 3-step disciplinary policy that includes verbal reprimands, recorded warnings, suspensions, and potential dismissals for serious or repeat violations by all employees and subcontractors. Specific rules include designated smoking areas, strict policies for company vehicle use, including no alcohol or drugs, restrictions on cell phone use to prevent distracted driving, reporting absences promptly, and documenting violations using the disciplinary action form. Section 5 outlines employee PPE provision policies, which mainly include the proper use and maintenance to adhere to specialized PPE guidelines, and complete required training to comply with their use at all times. Employees are responsible for providing essential safety gear including steel or composite toe boots, appropriate safety glasses or goggles, and durable gloves to ensure they are protected and compliant with safety requirements on the job site. JT Equipment will provide PPE for specific work situations including hearing protection, dust masks or respirators, fall protection, face shields, chemical gloves, and coveralls as detailed in Section 5.2. Section 6 outlines preventative maintenance policies emphasizing regular inspections to identify issues, tagging defective tools and equipment as out of service, and reporting them immediately, all while following manufacturer's standards for safety and efficiency. Section 7 outlines the requirement for comprehensive training and orientations for all workers. Field employees have 3 months to obtain necessary certifications. JT Equipment supports the costs of training, but it is the worker's responsibility to actively seek and complete the required training within the allotted time frame. Effective communication is key, with mandatory safety meetings held regularly to discuss safety topics, quarterly joint health and safety committee meetings to review safety programs with management, and monthly field safety meetings to address site-specific concerns. All training and safety records are documented thoroughly to ensure accountability and ongoing safety improvements. In Section 8, inspections are outlined. The purpose is to ensure safety by identifying hazards. Types include pre-use, routine, and special inspections. Responsibilities are shared among workers, supervisors, and the HSE manager, with the HSE manager providing oversight to maintain safety standards. Section 9 outlines the incident reporting and investigation process. This process begins with the reporting and then investigation procedure, which outlines responsibilities of all personnel to promptly report and thoroughly investigate incidents. Incidents are classified based on severity and type to determine appropriate responses using the risk rationale. This structured process ensures accountability, accurate documentation, and continuous safety improvement across the organization through corrective actions. All relevant forms to document incidents can be found in Section 9.9. Section 10 covers emergency response procedures vital for safety. The following is a brief overview of potential emergencies. During a medical emergency, call 911 and provide details. For power loss, turn off unnecessary equipment. For severe weather, seek shelter and evacuate as instructed. And for chemical spills, report immediately, contain the area, and follow proper PPE SDS procedures. Introductory tours are provided by your prospective supervisors This short video will provide you a general view of the maintenance shop along with some emergency response information.
Oh, hey there. I'm Brett with JT Equipment. I'm going to walk you through the shop, but first, let's get our PPE. Earplugs, safety glasses, and we can start. Follow me to the tool room. This is our shop tool room. Inside here is all of our large tooling, torque wrenches, and specialty tooling. This cabinet is where we store all of our flammable materials and paint. Follow me over to the eye wash station. We have a fresh eye wash station here. And over here, this is our parts washer. Now follow me over to the main breakers for the entire shop. These right here are our main breakers for all the power and the cranes in the shop. If anything needs to be shut off or if anything needs to be reset. After the breaker, this is our shop air compressor with the main air shutoff valves. Follow me. We have a first aid bag at every door. So there's one here with a first aid sign. One at the back of the shop I can show you after, by that rear door and by the tool room. At the back of the shop, we have another first aid bag, an eye wash bottle, and fire extinguishers with an air horn. The fire extinguishers are labeled on multiple poles throughout the shop and by each door. And if you follow me over here, this is our cylinder bench and hydraulic press. Cylinder bench and our hydraulic press. And in the shop, we have 2 overhead cranes. This is our west crane, and this is our east crane. 2 10-ton cranes. For our fire exits, we have one at the very west end of the shop by the large shop door. We have another exit on the north side of the building by the second shop door. And our last 2 exits are in the wash bay on the north side of the shop. Our muster point is located at the front of the building on the front lawn in case of an emergency.
As we conclude, be sure to ask any questions to the presenter, and please remember that everyone needs to complete the quiz to confirm understanding. Note that in addition to what was covered during the orientation, more detail is available in the safety manual that you have been provided with. This is an open book. It's not a test to fail you. It's a test to help you understand where to find information that you need.